Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to another episode of Mowers, Blowers, and Guns. I'm your host, Henry, and today I'm going to give you an update on what's been going on since my last trip to the Calverton shooting range over in Long Island, where I tried out my AR-15 budget build for the very first time. Now, I was shooting steel case, Tula ammo, 55 grain, 223, and I had some cycling issues, maybe a stovepipe, double feed maybe here and there, but most of the time I was kind of short stroking it, right? And it wasn't cycling. So after maybe 2 or 3 shots, right, it would dry fire and I would have to charge it again to slam it back into the chamber. So from my last video of the gun range and my issues, I had a lot of subscribers and non-subscribers, but viewers in general, just basically tell me what their experiences were. And basically, it was all spread out all over the place. You had guys that were saying, "Oh, it's because you're shooting steel case. Some ARs don't like steel case. Oh, your buffer tube is a rifle one. It's not. Maybe your buffer's too heavy, right, or too light. Maybe your gas block is misaligned. It has the FSB, which is the front sight block, right? It's the A2 kind where it's roll pinned in there. It really won't move because there's no set screws that back out and get loose. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's the gas system, although it seems the symptoms are that it's undergassed. You know what I mean? So I had a lot of suggestions. People were telling me that it's probably those damn hex mags. I will tell you that when I did inspect the hex mags, I have 4 of them, right? In the front, where the bullet point is, right? You know how it's stacked on top of each other? Well, on the left-hand side of the front part, each of those mags had what looked like a little bit of a gouge. You know what I mean? Almost like the tip of the bullet hits that part and makes an indentation in the polymer, you know? So I'm like, that doesn't seem right. You know what I mean? So I took a knife and I scraped each one of those gouges out to make it nice and smooth. That could have been it. But then a lot of people told me, "Hey Henry, you should try a Duramag. Those metal mags are indestructible and very reliable." So I bought a Duramag. Also, they said you should try a Magpul P-Mag. I bought one of those. I also bought 2 Hera mags, which were ODG green. And the mail guy came just yesterday, and I wanted to save this to unbox for you guys. There was a lot of troubleshooting that I could do to it, and I'll tell you about it. So I can go with my friend Nameless to the range next time, and he's got a couple of 2 or 3 ARs actually, and so I could try his bolt carrier group in mine and see what happens. That is, if it doesn't shoot right. I can try some 5.56 brass, which I have some of, right? I can try some of my new Wolf ammo, which is also steel cased, but I know it's new. The ammo I was shooting, I didn't know the history behind it, how old it was, how long it's been stored, you know what I mean? What kind of elements has it been exposed to in the past? Because I got it through a trade. I traded a weed whacker for 200 rounds of tool ammo. Hey, you can't beat that, you know what I mean? I found the weed whacker on the street. Anyway, so if that didn't work, I could switch uppers with my friend, right? And see how that shoots, right? Then you can rule out the lower. I could also use his lower and see how it shoots. That'll rule out the buffer system, you know what I mean? So there are a lot of things we can switch and swap and all that stuff. He also has one of those cryptic BCGs in Mystic Black. Man, that thing slides really smooth. Anyway, I'll get back to the BCG in a second. But anyway, so I ordered 4 mags. 2 10-round ODG Hera mags. These were cheap. They were only $8.94 or something. So $9 for these shorties, right? And the reason why I wanted to try a couple of shorties was because the 1030 round mags, right, are so long that when you're at the table at the range, I mean, the mag hits the table, and you know what I mean? So if you have your, let's say you had a sandbag or a tripod or a bipod or like your range bag as a support, right? the mag is going to hit the table unless you let it hang over the table. So it's kind of a pain. So I wanted to try a couple of shorty mags. I don't have any shorty mags. So $9 for a pair of Hera Arms ODG green mags. I mean, that's pretty cool, you know. $9, that's cheap. So I also got a Duramag. This is a 1030, 10 round in a 30 length, right? But it's been blocked for New York State compliance. And this is aluminum. So this was like $15.99, so $16. That's a pretty good deal. That's what I thought. And then finally we have a Magpul P-Mag. These were about $17.50. That's about the going rate for them, about $17, something like that. I had a 5% coupon for Optics Planet, and the whole thing came out to like $51 total, tax, shipping, all that stuff. So you get free shipping over $45. So $49. So I'm gonna try these different mags the next time I go to the range. Maybe that will help troubleshoot my cycling issues. But there was one other thing that I wanted to tell you guys about. So recently, as you know, I got started with my gun channel just because I was showing the ammo that was at my local Field and Stream big box store. They used to have some great deals on 22 long rifle, 9mm, and the entire gamut of ammunition. They had quite a bit with the exception of the AR platform stuff like 223, 556. They did at one point have 7.62 by 51, but I didn't have a 308, so I didn't really need it, you know? But they have raised their prices tremendously in the past couple of months. Of which, by the way, since the hijacking of the Aguila truck in Mexico of 7 million rounds of 22 long rifle majority-wise, we haven't had any 22 long rifle at Field and Stream. Coincidence? I think not. Anyway, so that's really affected the supply of 22 long rifle. Their 9mm ammunition is just so expensive that you might as well buy it online. And speaking about buying it online, you know, I ordered my shit from Tactical Shit. I also have ordered recently my 1,000 rounds of Wolf Ammo 223 steel case from Steel City Ammo in Pittsburgh. And they ship right to the door here in New York State, which is great. So one of my Instagram group chat members, he lives out in the island, but he works near me, right? So he had gone to the Walmart in Center Reach, Long Island. It's pretty out there, you know what I mean? It's about a 40-minute drive for me, whatever. Anyway, he went into the Walmart, and he just happened to run into a shipment of 22 long rifle. It was Federal, I think it's a 325 round count box, right? And it was only $18, $18.73 or something. So that's super cheap. That's like 5 cents a round. For us New Yorkers, 5 cents a round is like free. That's a good deal. It may not be a good deal for somebody like you guys who is probably in Idaho or Montana or North Dakota or something like that, where your prices are just, you know, cheaper. I wish we could buy the ammo that you guys have access to, yeah? But if you go to like Hawaii, California, New York, right? I mean, a gallon of milk here is $5, guys. So you got to look at the inflation, the cost of living and all that stuff. So while the cheapest rounds of 22 long rifle I've ever bought at Field and Stream is 8 cents a round, which I think is amazing, and I'll always buy it, to get it for 5 cents a round at Walmart is even better. I know, I ramble on into tangents and stuff. It's just, if I got a lot of stuff on my mind, man, I gotta tell you, you know what I mean? Anyway, so my friend, let's call him Bubba. That is actually his name, Bubba. Anyway, so he goes to the Walmart, he sees there's like 30 boxes of 325 count 22 long rifle Federal for $18.73. I'm like, wow, motherload, you know what I mean? But like I said, I'm far away from there, so I don't want to, you know, get in my car and schlep over there, and by the time I get over there, it's gone, you know what I mean? So, my friend Alan, you guys saw Alan from my range video, right? He lives near Field and Stream over here in Melville. Anyway, he darts out over there, right? He gets there like 20 minutes later or something, and he texts us on the Instagram group chat, and he says, all gone. I'm like, how do they sell out of 30 boxes just like that? I mean, I guess it's possible, you know what I mean? But the way Bubba made it sound is like he was the only one there and nobody else was looking, you know what I mean? It's like, because nobody knows when they have a shipment. So anyway, get ready for this. So Alan tells me that he talks to the sales guy, the guy behind the counter, right, that sells the ammo. And he says, yeah, he sold the remaining 30 boxes to one guy. Hey, what happened to the customer limits on 3 boxes per customer? You know what I mean? Well, I guess they don't give a shit, and he's just sold the entire lot to one dude. How lucky is that one dude? I just thought that was pretty effed up, if you know what I mean, you know? Nobody else can buy it except for that one guy. I mean, that's wrong, you know what I mean? Anyway, that's that story. It's very frustrating, especially when you get a good deal like that. Walmart, what do you expect? You know what I mean? It's so ghetto sometimes. Anyhow, so my other friend Gary on the Instagram chat group, right? He found some PMC, which is a South Korean manufacturer, rated very high with very good reviews on their quality. You know what I mean? I think it's their military armory provider for their military, you know, so they make some good shit, you know. I had never heard of PMC except recently during the ammo shortage, where you hear all these different brands, and PMC seems to be a pretty good one. And all I've seen with PMC, it's all brass. Anyway, so on this website called Prepper Gun Shop, I know, I've never heard of it. They're located in North Dakota, okay? Way up there, near the border, eh? Anyway, they had 5.56,000 rounds of PMC for $509.99, $10 shipping, no tax. So I could have gotten 1,000 rounds of that PMC 5.56 brass for about 52 cents, you know, which is pretty good nowadays, you know what I mean? It's not steel case. Steel case, I won't buy anything over 38 cents because that's what I got my last round at. Anyway, so I ended up buying some 1,000 rounds of 223 brass for $4.99 plus $10 shipping, so 51 cents. It's a 1 cent difference. I figured, what's the difference? They were both 55 grain. If the 5.56 was like 62 grain, I might go for that, you know what I mean? Maybe a little extra grain will help my cycling issues, and it being brass as well. But being that they were both 55 grain, I mean, what's the damn difference, you know what I mean? So I saved $10, got the 223. So I bought 1,000 rounds. I'll probably split it with my boy Nameless, and then Gary bought 1,000 rounds too, and I thought that was a pretty good deal. I know you guys from the other part of the free country will say, oh man, that's way too expensive. I'm like, look, I look at ammo as more valuable than cash. You know what I mean? So if I got the cash and I want the ammo and you can't really go and get it anytime you want, I'm going to buy 1,000 rounds of brass for 51 cents a round. No big deal to me, because if you want it, just buy it. What are you living for? You know what I mean? I wanted to talk about one more thing. The reason why I had cycling issues is maybe because of my BCG. No, it's not the gas key or the staking that makes it loose. It was solid when I got it. My upper was a complete upper that I bought from Palmetto State Armory. Now when I got it, I might have oiled the bottom 2 rails and maybe a couple of dabs of the top 2 rails. But I didn't take out the bolt and oil the rings and this, I forget what you call this thing, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna do that right now because I watched the video on how to do it. So you just take like something sharp and the cotter pin comes out straight like that, right? And then your, shoot. I was supposed to catch that, but these things are pretty strong. Here's the firing pin. And then the bolt comes, you turn this thing here like that, right? And then this part just slips right out like that. And then your bolt comes right out like this. Now, when you want to see whether or not your rings are good, right? Oh, I'm on a background of fluorescent lime, so you guys should be able to see. There's a little resistance here. So let's say you had it pulled out, right? And you did the test where you just put this down like that. Under its own weight, it doesn't go down like this. You know what I mean? If it did, then you would need new rings. Anyway, so they said that you should get some gun oil. I have a little bit of gun oil here from my friends over at Lucas Oil Products. This extreme duty gun oil is fantastic. Has like a needle tip, you know what I mean? So anyway, there's like 3 tiny little rings there. So you just like coat the 3 rings because there's like little grooves in there, almost like rings on a piston, you know what I mean, for an engine. You do that. And I'm just going to put a dab of it in here, right? And also, they say you want to put some here because this is a very frequently used part. I mean, this part is moving like super fast a million times, you know? So that's a very important part of it too. So I didn't do this before I went. So maybe that binds it a little bit, who knows? So I'm gonna put this back now. And it's relatively easy. You wanna make sure that it goes this way and the extractor is on the right side, not the left, because you want the hole to line up vertically like that, you know? So that goes in just like that, where you can see the hole there. Then you shove this in here like that to coincide with that hole. Then you, am I missing the firing pin? No, okay. Then you turn it like that. Well, see, that's smooth already, you know what I mean? I don't recall it being that smooth. So maybe there's something to my cycling issues for that reason, you know? I don't know, that's not supposed to move. Oh, you know why? Because I didn't put the firing pin in yet, duh. Alright, so then we got the firing pin. It goes in just like that. I should stand right here because it's, it goes in right like that. You want to match it up. And you just stick the cotter pin back in. And there you go. Easy peasy. Really easy, actually. See? Here's the bottom rail. Just take a little bit, go like that. And right here, where the gas key is. This rail here. Charging handle there. Just put some there too. You can tell when you can see that there's some wear from the paint leaving it, you know? And you can just wipe this down or something just to leave a lubricant on there, you know, or use your hands and just do that, you know? Anyway, so I didn't do that last time, so maybe this might make a difference. I'm also gonna do all those troubleshooting things that I talked about, you know, trying different parts of working guns. Like my friend's lower, his BCG, his buffer system. That's about it. So anyway, that's it. That's my update on what's been going on. Mags that I got, oiling up my BCG. Gonna be shooting some, hopefully my shipment comes. I'll do an update on that for an unboxing of the PMC 223 brass that I got for 51 cents a round. In today's ammo shortage days. So I'll have, you know, quite a bit of ammo. I'll have about 500 or 700 or so of steel case and about 500. I'm splitting the case with my friend, so 500 of the brass. So that'll be pretty good. We'll try both different types, steel and brass. The Wolf steel, the PMC brass. I've got some 5.56 brass, 5 rounds from my friend Alan. I'll try different things. We'll see how this works after oiling the bolt, you know. And hopefully I won't have any cycling issues next time. Also, people said that, you know, when you build a new rifle, it takes a little bit of time to break it in anyway, you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. I only shot about 80 to 100 rounds that day for the very first time. It was just so hot I couldn't stand it, you know? But anyway, thanks a lot for following me on this channel, and I hope you subscribe. I do videos pretty often. Pretty much whenever there's a new update, I'll do a video. I don't mind. I like to talk. If you guys are interested in small engine repair, I just went over 10,000 subscribers on my other channel, Mowers and Blowers, and also follow me on Instagram, Mowers, Blowers, Guns. Thanks a lot for joining me on today's episode. We'll see you guys all next time.
See you guys next time on
Mowers and Blowers. Hey, I'm Henry from Mowers and Blowers. As a YouTuber that deals with small engine equipment on a daily basis, I worry about the harmful effects of the 10% ethanol that's in your unleaded gas from your gas station. Here on the East Coast, as winter nears, I think about storing my summer lawn equipment for the winter. Ethanol absorbs moisture And what it does is it could rust or corrode and clog up your jets in your carburetor. That's why I use ethanol safeguard with stabilizers from my friends over at Lucas Oil Products. Before you store your machines, a little bit of Lucas goes a long way. When you're ready to use your machines again, hey, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to give me a like. Also, comment below. Subscribe. Remember, it doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free, right? Also, hit that little bell. That way you'll get post notifications whenever there's a new video and you won't miss out on any of them. Remember to follow my Instagram and Facebook, as well as if you'd like to donate $1 or $2, paypal.me/mowers and blowers. Really appreciate all the support. Also, to keep the videos coming every day, support the channel. Bye.